Greetings, everyone. My name is Buck Business. Konnichiwa. I'm Kawaii Critic, and today we're here to review My Little Pony Season 7, Episode 21, Marks and Recreation. So, we begin with the CMC helping this smaller filly who has not found her cutie mark quite yet, and she seems to be eager to paint, but that doesn't seem to quite fit her actual talent, so she does not obtain a cutie mark. And oddly enough, they seem to, at least within the writing, Scootaloo-chan and the others seem to use the word blank flanks quite a bit here, as that name used to be something, well, they got offended by, but now it's used as a term of endearment? Yes, this episode's writing off the gates is rather questioning, as my brother mentioned, that name used to be an offensive slur, at least to them, but now it's okay? Yes. Once again, this era of continuity comes into question, but we are going to be moving on from that. So, the three CMCs see that they want more space in order to help these young fillies and colts get their cutie mark. So they put up these posters for that camp they were thinking about kind of briefly brought back here. But, they could have synced these two episodes together, but it didn't even seem like they did that much. Anyways, Rumble-kun sees the poster and then sort of just tosses it away, but his older brother, Thunderlane-san, sees the poster and thinks this is a great idea. So, from there, that yellow filly, whatever her name was, gets her cutie mark when they start this whole ordeal of doing activities and doing haiku, thanks to a blue colt who helped her find that interest, I guess. And he sort of blushes, and it's all cute and stuff. Enough. Kawaii, settle down. At any rate, Rumble finally admits that after doing several of these activities that he doesn't want a cutie mark. This, to the cutie mark crusaders, seems absurd. So, he says that he doesn't want to be stuck doing one thing. Now, we've been down this road before, and we've seen several pony talk or show off that they're not stuck to the purpose of their cutie mark. So, this episode treads on very similar territory, which is probably this episode's weakest point, is going through things we've been through, but sort of just trying to hone in and focus on it. There seems to be another path they could have taken with this episode, but they did not go there, unfortunately, and I'll talk about that a little bit later on. At any rate, Rumble-kun meets up with his brother, and, he convinces the others when he returns that he doesn't, not only that being a blank fink is cool, but that they should join his little camp that he's going to be starting off through a song. And after that, that marked filly that was the first one that got her cutie mark, she ended up covering her mark because she was embarrassed and she wanted to be with the rest of the team of getting her mark, or not getting her mark, I guess, in this case. But he sort of starts off this chant, and then they sort of follow lead. So after a little bit, Rumble-kun sees that they're doing activities and thinks that they can get their cutie marks by accident, so he has them do absolutely nothing. So, meanwhile, Sweetie Belle-chan runs off to Thunderlane-san and explains the entire episode and the entire situation so far. So, the rest of the ponies or fillies and colts continue to sit around doing nothing, while the CMC then return. Thunderlane returns with them and starts flying around. So, they're trying to show off that, this could be a cool opportunity. So they are slowly able to get some of the ponies back one by one, and Rumble, now seeing that the others have left him, now feels left out. Thunderlane, after Rumble joins him, decides to join his brother, and thus the Thunderlane reveals that he loves cooking, which isn't related to his cutie mark, and Rumble is surprised by this, that just because you have a cutie mark doesn't mean you can't try different things. So, this episode retreads on the moral that you can do other things good besides the thing that you're talented in. And the CMC help him get hooked back into coming back into returning, because at the end of the episode, no, he does not earn his cutie mark, which was a little bit surprising. They made it almost seem like he was going to get his cutie mark in cooking. It seemed like the way that it was going to go, but no, that was not the case. So, this episode, while having some potential, I feel kind of missed its mark. Pun intended or not, it could have gone down a different path, I feel. It would have been, I think, a bit more interesting that rather than feeling that he would be stuck, maybe instead have it be a fear of the thing he's potentially going to be talented in overwhelm him. And yes, that does relate to my brother here quite well. So, I'll take it from here in explaining what he means. So, for those of you who do not know, it took me a while to get this cutie mark here, and it's actually changed from, well, some of the previous videos if you haven't noticed. But it's similar enough to the mark I had before, which was the smaller microphone. But even though I have a newer microphone, I still have fears that I'm still not talented enough to have even earned this mark. And I've been doing this gig for 3 years, mind you, and I'm still afraid that I'm not good enough. That I've failed time and time again, even after earning this mark. And there's other things I am talented in and have been pursuing, like my writing career. And I've been doing that my entire life. And yeah, that wasn't my mark either, apparently. And I wasn't good at it, and I failed at it miserably. But I still kept going. I think it would have been more interesting if, at least from my perspective, if Rumble-kun got his cutie mark earlier in the episode, like somewhere in the midway point, and started to fear that he wouldn't be good enough to have the cutie mark that he got. Like, he wouldn't be able to achieve it because it probably would have relied on other ponies to help see him that he's talented in this thing. And cooking does kind of fall under that potential. Like, he could start cooking and think, oh, my cooking's not good enough, and would have to have the other ponies come taste his food in order for him to realize that it is good. Or something along those lines. As this episode is, it's okay. It kind of falls under the radar for us. And the song was, I guess, okay as well. But other than that, this episode is just okay. Nothing out of the ordinary. I think there could have been, again, a lot more potential here, but so much for that. Anyways, that is our review. Stick ta tang tong tori. And if you'd like this review, then please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. But until next time, everyone, farewell!